They couldn't hear me.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I'm Nick Perro, not your dad, here on Sick of This Shit Publications, joined by two amazing gentlemen this morning. Um, First, my co host and friend. No, we save the best for last. We
Two.
always save the best for
Perfect,
last.
perfect.
First, we're going to get to my friend, Walter Ryan, our level 36 magic user, kicking ass today. Good morning, Walter. It's
Good morning.
really good to see you, and I'm glad we didn't miss this week.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
miss the days. It sucks on the days when we don't get to talk. And today we are joined by our friend, co-creator, journeyman,
Mentor.
Marlon Weems, fantastic human being, who we are so excited to have back with us for another Notes of the Week because we've had Marlon with us before.
That's
But
right.
Marlon, for those who might not know you, do you mind introducing yourself real quick?
Sure. I'm Marlon Weems. I am the publisher of the Journeyman newsletter on Substack, and I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. no, no, I really was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, but got the hell out of there as quick as I could.
Smart move.
Uh, but no, I basically my background is in finance. I um, spent about 30 years in that in that business, and I'm sorry. No, yeah. The last decade or so was spent on Wall Street, where I ran a couple of small trading operations, and now I'm in North Carolina on a little island about I don't know, an hour or so from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Thanks. Awesome. Welcome back. I'm excited to have you with
Yeah.
us again. This is going to be a really good conversation. I don't know if you've been here since our newer format, but you have seen the behind the scenes
Yeah.
thing that I just did with all of the different screens that we've got. Is we've got your artwork, we've got notes, and we're just going to chill out for a moment and just decompress some of the latest before we get into the notes because there's been a lot that's gone on
A little
in
bit.
the last week. I don't know if anybody has heard yet, but the U.S. bombed and Israel bombed Iran. I don't know if that's made the news in
Really?
any way. Um, we killed 160 plus schoolgirls and women at a primary school. We have hit multiple hospital and healthcare sites, which is a international violation of international humanitarian law.
Yeah.
Um, we've hit hospitals. 11 healthcare workers, I believe, have died, um, at least. And that's just some of the reported numbers from out of Iran, not to
Yeah.
include reports in Lebanon, Beirut, um, Saudi Arabia, uh, Qatar, Israel, any of the areas. Just in Iran, we've committed multiple war crimes. So,
Mm.
welcome to the beginning of whatever the
Otherwise,
fuck
everything's
holy
fine.
war
Yeah.
we're in now, to another Tuesday in the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
How are you guys today?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Nick. I was just listening to that, and I wonder. Um, well, I'll let me preface it by with the conversation I had with actually a former colleague of mine, guy that used to be on the desk that I ran, and we still talk almost every day. And he's ex-military, and so he's and now he's a C-level guy in like a biotech firm or something, but he's still got those connections. And he was saying to me that and it was one of those things where he was almost talking in code because we're both kind of scared to talk on our phones now.
Yeah.
Unless we're just talking about kids and and whatever. But he was saying that from someone that he knows that's active right now.
Yeah.
That in I guess it's Ramstein. That's in Germany, if right.
Yeah.
And so he was saying that whatever the hospital is there, that the U.S. has taken an entire floor and designated it top secret, and sort of the back, I guess, sort of the idea behind what he was telling me was that um, they were sort of taking steps so that they could sort of shield how many people were actually, how many Americans were actually injured or died or whatever, and they're shuttling them to, to Ramstein to sort of. So I guess it affects maybe how many reported deaths in Iran, or in that conflict they have to report. I don't know if that's normal, but I just
Yeah.
everything that these guys do, it just seems so
Yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Everything they do is sketchy.
Yeah. And Marlon, I mean, you're so important with your background in the finance industry because, the crime always, all you got to do is follow the money. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, everything is so unprecedented now. It's like, we just assume, just like, okay, corruption and then work backwards. But I don't know, what insights do you have based on what you're seeing in the markets, I guess?
Well, I just look at it just, I tend, I mean, of course, the politics, we all can sort of see. Um, just in layman's terms, these guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to know what they're doing because
So
well,
question on that. Do you think they don't know what they're doing, or do you think they're purposely causing the chaos to crash the US dollar itself to move us into a post-dollar society?
I actually think it's the opposite. I think that, and I actually wrote a piece about this maybe a week ago, because what they're doing, if you just sort of map it out, conflict causes, flight to quality is what we used to call it. But these conflicts actually cause the dollar to appreciate.
Okay.
Now, long term, it weakens the dollar because of the uncertainty and all that kind of thing. So you're not necessarily wrong, but in the short term, which is, in my view, the way these guys always think, um, if you look at the sequence, you've got tariffs that basically put downward pressure on the dollar, and now you've got all these various incursions, from stopping ships, messing with international shipping,
Yeah.
messing with Venezuela, and I actually did a chart. I should have sent it to you, but and I guess maybe I still can. And it just maps out. If you just look at the dollar and oil are not supposed to be moving together, but they are, because people are, well, first of all, we know what's going on with oil, but people are sort of, okay, what do you do? They're even moving away from gold to an extent, moving to dollar denominated assets. So, for what that's worth.
Yeah,
I
I'd love to see that
call it
chart,
the
because that
dollar
would
paradox, where it's, geopolitical event, dollar goes up, so.
then that's going to be your note we talk about today, actually,
Oh, yeah.
is the dollar paradox, because that's going to
Mm.
be that's really interesting. And because my thoughts, because we're crypto, for them at least, is their future, or their current system of transaction, and how
Mhm.
they get away with most shit. But it's also where they have hidden hordes of wealth, and if they can create mass adoption, then those hidden hordes of wealth exponentially increase, because they're the owners of a mass appreciated market. So what would you think about, like, do you think they might be just doing both?
Whatever
Because
happens to
these
make the
assholes
most
are
sense.
trying to
I
make
mean,
money
I
off
just,
of
I'm
in
not,
every way.
there is so much crazy going on with these guys. And it just sounds to me, or seems to me, it's almost like you got a room full of guys with all these harebrained schemes, and this is
Mhm.
their opportunity to like give it a shot. So you
Yeah.
got Howard Ludnick, Secretary of the Commerce. I know the guy. I've met him many times.
Friend of
Well,
Epstein,
and I should say
Howard Lutnick.
the last desk that I ran, Cantor Fitzgerald was a partner in the business. So we were in their business. I was on the second floor, and their trading operation was on the third. So, I interacted with those guys. Now we weren't going out for beers together. Well, me and some of the traders were, but, but Lutnick, at the same time, he's talking about how great tariffs are. His firm that, he was the CEO of, well, now his sons are running it, and they're taking bets against tariffs. So well, yeah, and it's not illegal. They're basically doing,
is that not insider trading though?
It's really not. It's really not, because there's nothing, it's not really a trade. But here's what they're doing. Before the Supreme Court made their ruling on tariffs, let's say I'm a business and I've got $10 million in tariffs. I don't know if I'm going to get the money back. Maybe I'll take $3 million just to be out, and limit my risk. That's not illegal, but it's just strange when they're doing that and Dad's over here saying tariffs are great.
Man.
So
yeah,
these guys are all over the place with stuff.
Yeah.
And then the crypto aspect of it.
Yeah.
You got to remember that. Again, Lutnick, they're knee deep in crypto at Cantor Fitzgerald. And
they're probably even further
really
in now.
thought of rules for some of the shit these guys are doing.
Yes.
Nobody was like, well, what if? What if?
We need people to start asking those questions. People who are in Congress or who are running for Congress, to ask those questions. Like, what if somebody decided to do some illegal shit? How do we protect ourselves?
The only person that I observed that asked not those exact questions, but just that kind of line, that thought pattern. Really, the only person, and I'm not saying nobody else is doing it, but AOC is a master at it. When she gets these guys in these hearings, and she's not a lawyer, but she's just very. I was talking to somebody about this last night. They don't see her coming.
Which I don't understand. She's always done. Like, that's who she is. That's what she does. She's always done that. I don't understand how these people are like, oh, she's not going to ask me hard questions. AOC
does it in such a way.
Questions all the time.
Well, the oligarch media.
In such a way that it seems like she's very nice and friendly. And then you're just all of a sudden going, wait a minute. Is that a noose I feel around my neck?
Yeah.
See, men need to learn how to question from women like AOC and Jasmine Crockett and Melanie Stansberry and some of the other incredible, powerful women in Congress.
Well, we got to push back too, because that oligarch media they always push their narrative about how she shouldn't be taken seriously. And that lie of that narrative is what they promote every time she says something. And she has, like you said, every single time she speaks, she's right on the money, but they can just rely on their indoctrination that they've used to just be like, oh yeah, we already have established that, she's irrelevant. So to get what Nick was saying, more of us have to be standing up and sing her praises to fight back against that messaging.
This same friend that I was just referencing a minute ago, that was sort of his approach or his view. And again, like I said, people do not see this lady coming.
Yeah.
They think, oh, she was a bartender. What could she know? Well, at the same time, this woman, AOC went, I think, to Boston College.
Yeah, she's really she has a really good education.
Oh man, I think she was like summa cum laude, like in economics and international. Put it this way, she's no dummy.
Yeah, she's smart.
Yeah.
And I think, and you know what, it really says something in the sense that they look at her and they see she's pretty. She's young, and she was a bartender. Well,
a lot of that is
how much trouble could she really give me? A
lot of that is the messaging of the DNC that makes me constantly furious, because they just kind of surrender these things. They never stand up for their strong women. The DNC does not. They're more inclined to listen to James Carville than to people like AOC.
Well, you understand that that to me is a whole lot more about the Democratic Party.
Yes.
This corporate.
Yes.
The center of the establishment.
Yep.
Is corporate folks taking money from all the wrong fucking places.
Yeah.
And then you've got AOC over here doing none of that and raising more money than they are, and that's the threat.
Yes.
I wrote about this months ago. There was a big article in the Wall Street Journal, and it was actually talking about what a big problem it was for AOC to be raising all this money from their base, because she's distracting them from the fact that they really need to be moving to the middle.
Yeah.
And man,
she's distracting them from real topics.
She's getting the base all excited and making them think they can do all this stuff that can't really happen. And they should be directing that money to people like Marcy Kaptur in Ohio, because she's got a close race.
Yeah.
Well, maybe her race is close because people don't like what she's saying.
Yeah. Maybe it's not AOC's fault, and maybe it's the person who's running who isn't actually a person for their district. Like, we need people running who are running, one, for the betterment of the nation.
Yeah.
Two, at the same time, especially if you're a congressperson, for the betterment of your district. Because that's who you represent. And if your district is mad at what you're saying, you need to represent them, and you need to speak up. And we have some members of Congress who do. Senators, it's a little bit more, you're more of a national figure because you represent your entire state, and there's only 2 of you. But if you're a representative or running, like, I hope you're out on the ground talking to every single person in your district and asking them, how can I help you? What do you need on a personal level? What types of things would make your life better in the near and long term? We have examples of that. Mom Donnie did it, and he won
despite the
overwhelmingly, despite the Democratic Party. And he's effective as shit because he's actually accountable, and he did what he said he was going to do. But he's not being an authoritarian. He's using the resources of a democratic system to help the community at large. That's what a democratically elected person does. And he's doing it really well.
I talked to Lisa Hamline the other day, and I always want to make it clear, I have my criticisms about the DNC, the Washington ones, but there are so many at the state level who are doing really, really good work. They're working really hard. And then people like AOC are working really hard. But Lisa Hamline was saying they've got a new person in charge there in the state, and they're making sure you have a Democrat in every single race. And she was saying, she's like, look, down ballot is the critical stuff. You get people enthusiastic about down ballot, because if you've got people in your area who aren't even running, you've got Republicans running unopposed because the DNC establishment is more they're more inclined to support their establishment candidates than the other people. So they'll make a big issue out of these other races that should, and not leave it in the minds of the people. But if you have people running unopposed, they don't come out, and then you lose everything up the ladder. You end up losing. So yeah, I mean, we just have to do that. We have to put that pressure on them. I mean, their strategy is just so wrong. And just letting the states pick their own representatives is kind of, when I was talking to Emily Berge about it the other day, where the DNC at Washington, they were upset because she was running. And it's like, primaries are good for the party. You get 2 candidates out there canvassing the district, getting people excited, spreading the message. And the fact that the DNC establishment is more concerned about control than they are actually winning elections is a big part of why we're in this mess today.
It's pretty telling too.
Yeah.
It's that whole, we talked to Natasha K about this.
I've been wanting to talk to her.
Oh, we should get her on. We should get all 4 of us on.
Around.
She's amazing.
She is throwing some bombs out here now.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, it's opening up everybody's eyes. It's really so useful because people are a lot more willing to talk about these things now.
I saw a comment that she made, and that the DNC stopped doing DEI.
Yes.
What in the
Yeah.
world, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What in the
Natasha's
world?
fucking awesome. We need to have her on. If you're in the audience, Natasha, and you want to come on for a little bit, like wave and say hi, and I'll send you the link again. And you can come join us for a little while. I know you won't be able to be on the named on the live stream immediately, but I'll add you in the post show if you're in the audience and want to come on, or if you come later. Our mod user, if you can remind Natasha if you see her come in, that we'd be happy to have her on. We have a mod user in our Substack chat today. Welcome the Sick of This Shit Publications mod user, who will be sending out links and things like that occasionally. We don't spam the chat with stuff, but they'll be helping manage the chat. If you guys have any really, really good questions and things that we miss, don't worry, I will hear about them, and I will get them, so that we can keep you guys in the loop and keep you as part of this major discussion, because that's what we always do. But yeah, Marlon, we're going to get you with Natasha if you don't get on with her by yourself.
I'll set that up.
anyway.
I'll make it happen.
She actually subscribes to my newsletter. I'll reach out to her. But I was thinking about this last night. I'm like reading some of the stuff she's saying,
man.
and I'm just like, you know what, these guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
racism is alive and well in the Democratic Party, and there's
Yeah.
no wonder James Carville is out
Yeah.
there talking like a fucking asshole all the time. And he's now
Drives away
supporting
votes.
Alex Vindman and stuff, and I find that just despicable that we
Now,
continue,
why do you say that?
because he's a racist and a misogynist.
Oh, you mean James Carville? Yeah.
James Carville, yeah. He's a despicable human being, and we shouldn't be listening to him because he pushes voters away. And he
Yeah.
pushes people who are alienated away because they
Yes.
see an old white dude telling women,
Yeah,
no, you
telling us
shouldn't
we
be
shouldn't
running.
be woke and all this.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
it's really
fuck him.
exhausting.
Fuck Carville. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that dude. I would like him to just take
Go
a
away.
vacation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take
what
a
is he,
long
what is he,
vacation,
80 or
move to
something,
Mexico, go
Yeah.
relax on the beach.
He's
Go
never
be an
won
old
anything
man
either.
right?
Ross Perot won the Clinton election. It wasn't, it wasn't Carville.
Yeah. Yeah. And Walter, you keep a lot of pressure up on Carville, and a lot more people are talking about it.
It
Like,
is. I'm actually,
you are
yeah.
having an influence on this. And thanks for calling that out in the chat.
Yeah. Well, people
Tio,
are doing
because
great.
that's, yeah, like, people are, because we've formed these communities, we actually have we're actually pushing back, and we're putting things into the
Yes.
mainstream ecosystem and sphere that weren't there before, and we're moving the message, and it's working.
Yeah.
We need to just keep doing it and do it more and get louder.
Yeah. It's so many people just haven't heard of all the racist things that he said. And it's like, here's what he said. And it's like, I'm just saying, let's not be racist. But they pivot the narrative so fast. So it's like, oh, Walter,
That makes
we
you the
gotta have
racist,
unity.
though.
Go ahead.
Walter.
Go ahead.
Stop talking about racism. That's racist.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wasn't
racist
that
to
the
talk
case?
about racism.
Well, I would
I've
say like
always
the
hated
electability
that.
thing. I'm like, the word electability is racist. You have to quit saying electability,
Well,
Democrats.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's just
yeah.
like, I mean, they're all that. There is so much about some of these establishment Democrats that
Oh, man.
really just, especially Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh,
He won't even say
Fuck.
now that Democrats won't support this 50 billion that Trump
Yeah.
is, gonna. And I don't know what 50 billion does when you're spending $1 billion a day.
What does 50 billion do when they already have $1 trillion
Yeah.
budget? That's not audit friendly. Like, the military has never once passed a budget audit.
Nope.
and then you're like, hey, can we give 10 billion to teachers? Fuck no. It's like, wait a minute. You won't give it to
Can we
teachers. You
spend,
won't give it to
like,
kids, but you
Let's
hand it
spend
over
like
to.
$5 billion a year on healthcare.
Yeah.
And that would pretty much cover the entire US, I bet. I don't know if that's the right number, but
well,
we
it's more
probably
than that, but
spend,
it would help. Like
it
any
would
money in a
help.
good cause. Yeah.
at least that would open up the door to free
Well, they just
health for
instantly
like
give you that
taxpayer-funded
hard no.
healthcare.
Anything that's humanitarian is just a hard just, oh, I'm tough on helping kids. I'm
No,
tough on
man, it's
housing
radical.
veterans.
Rugged
That's
individualism.
radical left shit, man. That's you know,
That's radical empathy.
all that,
or
you know, helping people
No
and
wonder we
getting
lose.
where they
Yeah.
can get
Jesus was too
insurance.
woke, man.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
was
he
too
couldn't
woke for
make
these
it. He
guys.
couldn't get. Jesus couldn't get out of a primary.
Jesus couldn't cross
I'm
the
sorry
border.
to say,
He's
man.
not electable. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
even
like
cross
this
the
guy
border
coming
in
in
the
here
US right now. Like,
talking
fuck.
and, you know, wearing these funny clothes and, you know, what the shoes.
What's this guy with the beard
Yeah,
and this
yeah, can we
hippie?
clean him up and make him more electable?
Why is he hanging out with prostitutes and
Yeah.
people who are destitute
Why-
and need help? Like, what's his problem?
I keep saying when we show up at our demonstrations, we should all be dressed as Jesus. So when the riot police come out to beat us, you get the video of the riot police like beating Jesus. And you think at some point white Americans like,
I mean, who's
that,
this guy giving? He's giving out free wine. I mean, what the?
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
turning water
he's
into
fishing,
wine.
he's a fisherman. Yeah.
He's the son of a carpenter.
Hey,
Like,
that
he's
guy.
a big dude. Also,
I'm telling
why
you,
did
man.
he have 12 disciples? Like, isn't that low? Shouldn't he have more? Like, this dude seemed unpopular. But he wouldn't have won. He wouldn't even be allowed.
Well,
to
he's anti-business too, you know.
He's
Oh,
an
yeah,
immigrant
yeah, yeah.
too.
Flipping
Yeah.
over tables in the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's you almost would think I go to church knowing all these different little
Yeah.
parables, huh?
But you're not
You'd
supposed to
think
actually
I
read
go
the
to
Bible.
church.
Yeah. Most people that go to church don't read that book, you know. That's,
Yeah, it's those of
they're
us
just
who
easy to
don't
hit
go.
people with. That's just a bludgeon for them. Yeah. They
You're
thump
not
it.
wrong.
They don't read it. Yeah.
You're not
man.
wrong. Okay, I want to get us to our
We're off the
artwork.
rails again. I love
We
having
are off
Marlon
the
here.
rails in all the best ways.
Yeah.
But I want to get us to our artwork for today because
Yeah.
that's something
Oh
we
my gosh.
always do, and we celebrate our kids, our family, our
I'm looking
friends,
forward to
those
this.
around us. We've had some incredible submissions. Jason, I did not add any of the ones that you did. You sent to me yesterday. If you're in the audience, those are going to be for next week. You sent me 3 really good pieces of art from our Chronically Illing Out, and I really appreciate that. But we have some really incredible art. 2 pieces from Marlon today, and 1 from Walter and I. We're actually going to start with one of Marlon's.
Yeah.
And as we get into this piece, I want to acknowledge my ignorance around
too,
who's
yeah.
in this image other than Martin Luther King Jr. And
So,
Marlon, can you enlighten us?
yeah. Okay. So to the far left is Abernathy, who was, and you know, all of these guys unfortunately have passed on. To the far right is a young John Lewis.
Okay. I thought that was
And this is actually from a photo that was taken during the march, one of the marches in Birmingham, and or from Selma to Birmingham, I think is what it was. And so my daughter actually did this in high school.
wow.
And I don't know if you can enlarge it, but if you look at it, it's, you know, 90%, especially the facial areas, those are just dots.
Yeah.
And so she did that, you know, literally with, you know, a really fine point, you know, in a fine point ink kind of a thing. It's called stippling, I believe. And
That's so fucking cool.
yeah, what we did, so she's really talented, and she's since then gone on to get a degree in art and a minor in art history. And you know, she does video work, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I think after she started doing this sort of thing, they just gave her materials and set her on the other side.
Yeah.
They're just like,
said,
go
"You know
ahead,
what,
you
just-
go do
just
whatever
kinda,
you want.
know, whatever you do, just go on, and you know, don't. I mean, because she's showing the instructors up. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know, she's one. I was telling someone yesterday. You know, a lot of people, you know, that you see in college that major in art are trying to learn how to be an artist, or maybe they have an interest in art history or whatever. And she sort of walked in the door with a pretty hefty skill set.
Yeah. She
Okay,
must have
so
been. She must have sat around at home just drawing all the time. Is that?
Oh, listen, man, we
Yeah.
knew that, just sort of which, you see your kid and you just kind of go, okay, that kid's going to be X. When one Christmas, I think she was probably 12, maybe. Instead of asking for toys, she asked for an artist desk.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
that's how
okay.
you know.
Yeah, that's how you know. And when, she just basically asked, can you get me some of these kind of color pens? Can you get me the, and we just fed her stuff. And then we made the mistake, I guess, around that same time of giving her an iPad. And
Oh.
so one day she comes up and she says, so I made this video. Can I put it on your on your YouTube page? And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Sure, honey. And I let her do it. And it was well, 2 million views later.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, she actually is the person that made me realize, or figure out how to monetize stuff on
Nice.
YouTube, because
Wow.
I went to show it to some person one day, and what she did, she had, remember those Bratz dolls that kids used to, she had all these Bratz dolls, and she didn't like the makeup. So she got like some, I don't know, fingernail polish or something and took it all off and then
Yeah.
did it over like her way. And she videoed doing it and it just blew up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a
So-
creator in my house.
This is fucking amazing. Like I've always we were pointed out to another name for that type of drawing is pointillism.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a slight difference, and I only know this because that's what I
Oh.
called it, and she corrected me.
Ooh.
No, this is
Ooh.
pointillism
Well,
is a
colors,
little
yeah.
different, and not being an art person, I have no idea what the difference is.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it's good to know that it is different than
Because it
pointillism.
looks like, like in the Wall Street Journal,
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
sort
it
of
looks like that newspaper print sort of
yeah,
thing.
when they do pictures of people in the journal, that's what it
Yeah.
reminds me of. But
It's so cool. Okay,
well,
another question. Who are
yeah.
the other two individuals in net
Oh
between
man, I was hoping,
Abernathy?
and I should know this. Give
We
me
can
give me a
find it.
minute.
Yeah, we
Okay,
want to play in the
we can
spot.
come back to it after the show too if you want to find them later.
No, I know. I should know. And one of those two guys just died. I think the guy next to Ralph Abernathy on the left, I think he just passed away recently, and it's so sad and interesting that these guys are now all gone. And then Jesse Jackson just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But you look at it, and what it tells us is just how in the not too distant past,
Yeah.
all of this stuff was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Somebody
yeah,
put Carmichael ? Does that name? Somebody in the
Um,
chat put Carmichael. Is that one of them?
man, don't make. Oh no, they it's not Stokely Carmichael. No.
Okay. No.
Give me 2 seconds, man. I actually should know this.
Okay.
No
But
worries.
carry on, and I'll jump in.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I wanted to
well,
ask if your daughter had a web page that we can.
She's
send
on
people
She
to.
Substack.
actually does. It is it's Hallie-Claire.art, I think. But I'll get you that. I'm not doing a good job of promoting my kid here, am I?
no, we got you. I got
But
you.
she's
Don't worry.
actually setting, literally right now, she's setting up her print shop. And in fact, this is what like a badass kid. She was in the 11th grade and she had an Etsy shop selling prints.
Yeah.
And so she was doing stuff like this, and she's got just all kinds of work in different mediums. And so it'll all be up pretty
Oh,
soon.
somebody found it. Good. Yes. I found a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
I made sure
Hallie-Claires.
to-
They were none of them looked right. Okay.
Yeah, I made sure to find her
That's so
Substack page,
wonderful.
and I'm
I
actually
just
gonna
love it.
I
Yeah.
put up in the top right hand corner here for everyone is a link to her Substack. If you want to
Oh,
go
great.
subscribe to her,
Yeah,
you
she
should.
is. She and when you go there, you'll see she does a lot of. In fact, I have a video opener for my show that I do randomly. um, and
Oh,
she actually did like a 30-second intro spot that does,
nice.
before I do the actual show, which
Mhm.
makes me look
That's
almost
awesome.
professional.
Let's see. We
Yeah.
gotta push traffic to her page. Otherwise, we're just it's like you
Well,
gotta
and
serve
hey,
some purpose, Marlon.
if you wanna like a custom video opener for your show, I
Oh,
mean, she's,
oh
Oh,
my
I'd
gosh!
love
I don't think we
those.
can
Like,
afford it. I mean, it's so
yeah, I
good.
don't think
I
I could
mean,
afford that.
hey man, she's you catch her now.
Yeah.
A year or two from now,
Oh,
we won't be able. I won't be able to afford
yeah.
it.
She
But
only accepts gold bars for payment. You know.
I mean, no, she's in Wilmington, which isn't far away from us. There's a pretty significant film community. So a lot of TV shows on Netflix and movies, get produced there. So she's actually done some concept artwork for
Oh,
some of the independent studios over there,
yeah,
and she was
That's
doing this
amazing.
stuff in like while she's going to college.
yeah. She's done
That's
with college
amazing.
now.
Yeah, she finished last May
Oh, so
or
we're just getting
last spring.
started. Yeah, we're
So
at
she's
the start
getting,
of this.
yeah, well,
She's
we
got
just
so
said,
much life ahead of her.
I know. You know what's so sad about it? She's so frustrated because she doesn't think she's where she, and I'm like, she said,
Man,
Well, I can
people are
talk to
like,
her about
you should be talking to
failure.
so and so. And I'm like, honey, I wish I could get you in a time machine to see my sorry ass.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
I was
I can
21,
reassure
I
her
was
too. Yeah.
I was still in the process of flunking out of college. Let me tell
Ah,
you. Oh, yeah, I would not want you to hang out with like 21-year-old
you
me.
would not have wanted to be friends with me
Not,
in
no,
college.
stay away
We
from
would have
Marlon.
gotten your
He's
grades
trouble.
down.
yeah. She's got to focus on what she's doing and not what other people are
Well,
responding. But how other people respond is the problem. Yeah.
the thing about it is, and I was so glad to hear her say this the other day, just yesterday. She's waiting tables, doing and when you live like this is a vacation community that we live in, so she's getting ready to make bank, the next 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
But she knows because she's looking at folks that she works with that are 30, 40 years old and they're still waiting tables, and she's determined. But to me, that's the best thing, when you've got a young person that has some level of they want to make something out of themselves. The
Yeah.
best thing you can do
Ambition.
is put them in a position like that. Number one, so they learn how to work hard, but number two, they can see where they'll end up if they don't
Yeah.
get their shit together. You don't want to be a 40-year-old bartender.
Yeah.
If you don't, I mean, look, hey, no shade, but if you can do something different, if you can put your skills to work in a different way.
Did you say she has a Substack too, or not?
She's
Yeah,
on Substack, yeah.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
have to find her there.
The
Yeah,
QR
just,
code in the top corner here is her Substack.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'll include her link in the post show, as well
Man.
as for anyone who wants to be able to see them or even like access them as images. All of these images that are from our artwork, so we've got 3 more still to go, will also be included as always in the post show notes so that you can see the artwork, you can view it, you can share it, spread it. But the biggest thing is subscribe to us, but also subscribe to Hallie-Claire.
Yeah.
Subscribe and see her work.
Please
and help,
do.
We'll have to bring her on.
Oh my God.
I
yeah,
want to
that
talk
would
to
be
her about
so
AI.
fun.
About AI.
I
I
wanna
bet
talk
she's
to
got
her
thoughts
about
on
her
AI
dad.
art.
Yeah, she does.
That
Because
was an easy guess. Yeah.
well, no, dude. I mean, it's I use because I do a lot of charts, and I can for somebody like me, the beauty of Chat GPT is I can take like data from BLS, for example, or Fed data, and I can load it up into Chat GPT and say, take this 1 year chart of oil and make me a chart that looks like Bloomberg, and it'll just do it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's almost like a person that I don't have to pay, which is the problem. But
Yes.
for a one-man operation, it's a godsend.
It is.
Same time, you don't want it to like replace everybody, because these guys aren't going to,
Yeah.
the ideal would be if AI really, really gets to that point,
Yeah.
that's when you start talking about universal basic income,
Yeah.
and you make up
Mhm.
for people, and it allows people to be creative and sort of do their own thing, and you know,
Yeah. We
but they're
want
not
we
going to
want
do.
AI doing our job, not doing our art. That's kind of the thing everybody always
Oh
says. It's
no,
like, yeah.
no, dude, I would never.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not very good at it. I mean, I always see these, and it's dudes with 5 fingers on their, or five
Yeah.
fingers and a thumb, and it's all weird looking. What really
Yeah.
gets me is when I'm on, like Instagram or TikTok, and there's this video, and there's this voice that it's the AI voice
Oh,
narrating
yeah.
something. I just can't stand that, man.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really bothers me, and I don't know. I've seen people that put in a whole lot of work, and it's just like, if I'm an artist, I would not like that.
Well, you instantly tell. I mean, it's got that uncanny, I call it the uncanny valley kind of effect, where it's just like, that's just not something about AI art. Always just makes me feel creeped out. And you look at this and you're like, oh, that's just beautiful. Human hand did this. And
Let
it's
me
just
tell
something.
you, by the time she got even to high school, um, there's a book that Malcolm Gladwell wrote called, I think the one is Outliers, and he talks about the 10,000 hours. If you put
Yeah.
so like the Beatles, by the time the British invasion happened and
Yeah.
we thought they were brand new, these guys have been performing together for 10 or 15 years,
Yeah.
right, in the red light district, I don't know, in Germany or somewhere. This kid basically taught herself,
Yeah.
okay, and the way she did it was YouTube.
Yeah.
Go on
Yeah.
YouTube, how to
Yeah.
draw hands, and she would just spin. And I got to tell you, the other
Yeah.
side of the artist is they are mercurial. And she, so you got this little kid, and if she drew an eye and it was like even slightly, you know,
Yeah.
not symmetrical or whatever, oh my God, we would just be like,
Oh, I
please.
cannot wait to show you my
You could hear it
what I've got.
coming, dude. Just a rant and a screaming fit.
Yeah.
But
Ah!
Marlon, I
Tearing up
can't
paper,
wait.
and and we're just like, honey, you're 9. You don't
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't have to be perfect.
I can't wait to show you mine. My daughter is learning to draw eyes really well right now,
Mm.
and teaching herself how to draw them. And um,
Yeah.
like what she got a pic. She has like 6 or 7 eyeballs that she drew,
Mhm.
but like we'll get to it here in a minute. But she is always afraid to draw the right eye. She's always
Oh.
afraid to draw the right eye. She's really good at left eyes, but the right eye, for some reason, the mirroring is hard for her. And so I keep being like, okay, you've drawn all these really great left eyes. Now give me a right eye. Okay.
See, and to
Let's-
me, that means nothing.
So
I'm over here like trying
we're-
to this line, trying to draw a straight line, and so that's a little
Well-
too advanced for me.
So what we'll do is we'll grab the names for the other 2 gentlemen after, since I want to get on
Yeah.
to which is totally fine. I want to make sure that we list all of them for the post show notes, because I don't want to be ignorant about it. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
it's
find-
good that
we'll
we
find.
learn. And this image is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Again,
it is.
This image
It's
is so amazing. Let's move on to our next image for this morning. Walter,
Oh,
take it away,
good.
my friend.
This was actually fun. This was for my kids a long time ago. It's actually 2 images, and I stuck them together in Photoshop.
Okay, I was just going to say the background almost looks like,
yeah, I did that with my
the
kids.
pane glass windows that you see that have like, I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, well, my youngest daughter, they'll do this. I always tell them, they ask me, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I just want art by you. That's literally all I want. And so then I'll take I'll take one pin and then I'll separate it out in Photoshop and stick the other one in. So these are both from my youngest daughter. And I just like the colors. I'm just one of these, I'm always gravitate to this, like, let's put these beautiful colors. It looks like watercolors. That just the sight of that makes me feel happier. So I use them in all my featured images. So You know, I guess like, but my kids are still happy to do it because they're still small. I mean, you'd
How
go
old are
broke
your
trying to
kids?
pay your daughter, Marlon.
How old are your kids?
Well, now this is from a while ago, this one, but I've got a sophomore and a 7th grader.
Okay.
But this is 8 years old, maybe, these pictures. I just go through, I look through I've got all the old notebooks and I'll take them. But I think that's kind of fun to do, where you take little elements of their other pictures and combine them, and then you can make new things. So,
Okay.
like
I
Yeah.
just texted my daughter and she educated me.
Oh,
So
okay.
there was Ralph Abernathy all the way to the left, and the guy
Okay.
next to him with the fro is James Foreman. And
Okay.
the
We'll move
guy,
back for a second.
so
Yes.
and the guy with the glasses, I think he was an albino, if I'm not mistaken. And his name is Reverend Jesse Douglas.
Okay. Excellent.
So
Awesome.
there we are.
Thank you.
Tell your
Douglas
daughter
was
how many
one.
new fans
Does
she
your
just
daughter
got.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, your
she's
daughter
I
has
mean,
so
look,
many
dude,
new fans.
She's literally like 15 feet away from me in her room.
Oh,
Oh, is she?
No, you know
Has she
what?
heard
And-
any of
and
what
you
we've
guys-
said about her?
I'm sorry.
Has she heard any of what we've said about her?
I don't know that she has. I don't think she's on.
Oh,
okay.
She's working on a project for me.
Okay, well, we don't want to.
okay.
But
We don't
but
want to
no,
destroy
listen.
that. Yeah.
He when and this is I don't know if either of you have had to deal with this yet, but you know, she graduated, and in this day and age, you know, we're well past the whole, you know, you graduate and you got a
Yeah.
great job the next day.
No.
And so even she was in off-campus housing, you know, corporate apartments that have a deal with the university. And she had a roommate and she was still paying $1,000 a month.
Oh man. Yeah.
Right. And that was in college. And
Yeah.
so we just said to her, look, we know we don't want to impede your freedom, but at the same time, let's be smart about this.
Yeah.
Come home, put up with us for a while. That'll be plenty of motivation. Number one.
Yeah.
But also, you know, save some money, figure out your next step, and just, you know, it's a level of pressure that you don't have to put on yourself. And you see, my fear is I don't want her to get out there and be so
Yeah.
wrapped up in having to make money
Yeah.
just to live that she gets totally off track with what she's put all this work in, you know, and she ends up being that 40-year-old bartender, you know.
Somebody was asking if she sells prints. Does she sell any prints of her stuff?
It's coming.
Okay,
Literally.
good.
I mean, that's
good.
honestly what she's been working on the last couple of
Yeah.
days, because you know, she had the Etsy store, but now Etsy's pricing has gotten really weird, and she's kind of outgrown that. So she's got her own website.
Yeah.
And she's literally setting it up now for payments and all, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah, within a very short period of time, it's going to be ready.
Anything artistic always requires, and you're the perfect dad for this, because you can give them that little bit of financial advice that 50 years down the road goes such a long way.
Nobody told me.
Yeah. Well, and like, cause me, I just went and lived when I went to live in Peru for 10 years, and it's like, gee, I can live here for, you know, $100 a month. So it's just like, I just have time, and then I can engage in the stuff that's not necessarily.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, Walter froze.
My back. I'm lost.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, okay.
All
right,
they're at us.
Yep. And all that stuff that
You
doesn't
start
make you
talking about the, you know, South America, dude. You're asking for it.
I'm asking for it. Why?
Because you're talking about South America.
Yeah, well, I just mean
you're talking about the things the tech bros don't want us to talk about.
Man.
Well, I mean, they're starting fights. They've been messing around in Peru and stuff. So yeah, they just want to control everything, and just everything these days it's no longer you can just buy something. Everything is a monthly subscription, and it's just they get their hooks in you in so many different ways. So anytime you can be free of that, like my daughter's been saying, and Marlon, you could probably relate to this, is like every piece of advice I tell her, she's like, oh, it feels like I'm cheating the system. It's like, yes, you have to cheat the system. The system sucks, you know? So
the system is the problem.
Yeah, but anything you can do to just buy yourself time to indulge in your creativity, because that painting she makes and whatever she's working on right now, that's going to endure the time. I don't want her out there waiting tables. I mean, we should be able to support her so she's able to create art. I mean, that's just a waste of art.
Well, she hasn't really even tried to do the whole paid thing on Substack, you know.
Oh.
So yeah, Oh, it's a lot of it is, oh, I don't know, just, the fear of jumping off the cliff,
Yeah.
right?
But it's like Harrison Ford said, he's like, when he moved out to Hollywood, he was a carpenter, and he's like, because he saw everybody else failed because they ran out of money and time, and he's
Hmm.
like, I can just extend my time by being a carpenter. I'll do these jobs. I'm not giving up the dream of being an actor, but I'm just like making it. I'm giving myself a larger window of opportunity, and so that's
Yep.
kind of what we have to focus on.
Well, that's what she's doing. I mean,
Yeah,
waiting tables this time of year, you can do okay. And that sort of funds which, the real objective.
yeah. I bet there'll be a lot of people wanting portraits and stuff. I
Well,
mean,
she does a lot of like I said, concept art. She does a lot of like anime and manga characters that
Oh,
she just sort of creates in her
I'm gonna
head.
show my daughter all of your
Yeah,
daughter's artwork.
she's good. She's on Instagram too. So
does
Uh,
she do the same YouTube tutorials like that
she
inspired her?
doesn't do that stuff at all. She doesn't really do any YouTube. And I mean, and you know what? She's been out of college less than a year.
Okay, yeah.
And so she's still, she's now having to sort of she had to stop doing all that stuff to go
Yeah.
to school. And so she's really just sort of revamping a
Yeah.
lot of the things. That's why, I was like, I need you to make a video for me. So
Yeah.
I've actually got a show tonight, and it'll open with one of her videos. So if folks are
Oh,
around at
good
at
teaser.
7 o'clock,
is that a show with no name? Is that what
it
she's
is
doing
not.
for?
It is actually sort of a special announcement that I'm going to make. I know,
Ooh.
right? Ooh,
Ooh.
can't tell too much, but it's
No
I think,
preview yet?
well, just something good that I've been up to, and
Are
hopefully
you running for Congress?
I am not.
Damn. Damn it.
Damn it!
No,
Senate.
no.
You're
It's
running for
nothing-
Senate.
It's nothing
Yeah.
like
You're
that
running
at
for
all.
Senate. You're governor.
I am. Well, the last
Council
thing we
member.
need is somebody on Social Security running for office.
Unless
No,
it's
I
you.
think actually that might be one of the first things we
Oh,
need if people
yeah.
who are on
Look,
Social
man,
Security running
you
for
know
office.
what? I have thought about it, but I've been very critical of elderly Democrats. So although Bernie Sanders is old, and
Yeah.
his politics
Damn
aren't
Sitting with his
bad,
mittens, sitting
but
with his mittens and the birds.
it's just
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't do it, man. First of all, I think my vocabulary is too salty for television.
Oh.
I think nowadays,
Oh, no,
the
yeah.
You might be right,
vocabulary is
man. Maybe
really
I should,
needed.
because I got
That
news
Fran
for you.
Hong.
The
When I
Democrats
interviewed
that
Fran
won
Hong, she
here-
was just like, let's fucking go. And she was dropping the F-bomb left and right. And I'm
Who
like,
was this?
for governor. She's a candidate for governor in Wisconsin, Francesca Hong. She's the
Oh,
one
she's awesome. I love
was-
the interviews you have with her.
She made me laugh so hard. You're going to like this, Marlon, because I was talking to her. She's like, I think we don't need any more crusty old white guys in government. Then she goes, no offense. And I was just like, I thought that was the best thing. I'm like, you got my vote.
Like,
You
wait
got
a
my
minute,
vote just for that. Yeah. I want to say one last thing, though. Your daughter, don't have this expectation of what success looks like. I think that's what you have to tell her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was
told
the
her-
model I always used. There was a young pilot in the Navy, and he was upset because there was no more things to be done in aviation. He's like, my life's going to be a failure because I won't ever be able to make a name for myself. Well, his name is Neil Armstrong, because he was the guy who went from, and it's just like sometimes the worlds you'll be venturing into don't exist yet. So, and we do. I mean, our society hits us with that imposter syndrome. So we'll nurse her through it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
When I was attempting to graduate from college, I was a journalism major. And one of my professors said, because I guess at the time, and this is in the 70s, I wanted to be a cameraman. And the guy said, somebody will literally have to die for you to get the opportunity to do that job, because cameramen, they might do it for 30 years, right?
Yeah.
And so this was, obviously way before the technological explosion that we've seen over the last couple of decades. And so it's so funny to me that was what I wanted to do in the 70s. I end up just sort of serendipitously I hope I said that right.
Yep, you're
In
perfect.
in finance, and then up on Wall Street all the way back around. And now what am I doing? I'm kind of writing like a journalist, you know.
Yeah.
So it's funny, man, how life, you just kind of go with the flow, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bringing it back to our artwork here, this kind of reminds me of going with the flow. Like just a hot air balloon sort of
Yeah.
has to go with the flow,
Yeah.
with the wind, with the current, with the air. And I like the layering on it because it reminds me
Yeah.
of two stained glass windows on top of each other. And I think that's
Yes.
really cool.
Well, it's fun to do this with your kids' art too, and just like play with it a little bit, and like, ooh, they get all excited by it too when you see it. And most of my
Mhm.
stuff is like I do all my little sketches, and I have all these folders, so I use the same things over and over and rearrange them because I'm trying to rush to make it for featured images. So, yeah, the more you can do this and revisit the work of your kids, you don't have to look at it once. It can be living art. I think that's really fun.
And we're going to have this will probably show up on a Diogenes Club title screen at some point too.
Good.
Diogenes.
Yeah.
Explain
Yeah.
that, please.
It's from
So the
Sherlock
Diogenes.
Oh, let me explain it.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
go
that
for it,
story.
Walter. Go for it.
In Sherlock Holmes, it's one of my favorite things from
Oh, I
Sherlock
know.
Holmes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and because people don't know this because he's like at some point Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's like we got to give more humanity to Sherlock Holmes because he's always so perfect. Oh no, we lost Marlon.
What
Are you
happened?
still there? Okay.
I'm-
Oh, you're back. You're back. It's the tech
Okay,
bros. They've been
what
messing with
happened?
us all day. So to give a little bit more humanity to Sherlock Holmes, it turns out he's got an older brother, a more intelligent older brother named Mycroft Holmes.
Right.
And it's just like he only shows up when Sherlock's like, God damn it, I can't figure this out. I gotta go ask my older brother. And the older brother's always like he's always like, oh, you're coming with your BS, investigative work. Why don't you do something more serious? But he's like this real curmudgeon, his brother.
Is Mycroft.
Mycroft. And he created this thing.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually has written a few books where he is writing not about Holmes, but about Sherlock, but about Mycroft.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think I have one of those books I read some years ago. I mean, but yeah, he's way talented guy.
I'll have to find one. But Mycroft has a club called the Diogenes Club, which he formed because it's for gentlemen who want all the comforts of a club, but they don't really like the other men and don't want to actually have to talk to them. Okay. And so we started our club. It's about intelligent masculinity. Like men of today, we don't really want to talk about them, but it's that reference to the Diogenes Club. Just because I like how even Sherlock Holmes has to put up with this more intelligent older brother. It's like it instantly makes him relatable. It's like it's like, God damn it, I got to put up with this asshole again because I don't have the answer and only he has it. So it's just one of my favorite characters and things of literature.
And in the historical side, Diogenes used to walk around. He was a bit of a recluse and a weirdo in his time. He used to walk around with a lantern. And he would camp in the public square and just sort of live there. He was sort of this like almost homeless bum at points. But he would carry around a lantern and walk around asking, where are the men? And so he was one of the early askers of what does it mean to be a man? And at least on the Greek side and Greek philosopher side. And he used to challenge other men in the street with a lantern in his hand going, where are the men? Staring at another man and challenging them on what it means to be a man. And so we're bringing it back. We're challenging folks on what it means to be a man, and we're just having some fun. Yes, we'd love to have Hallie on.
Awesome.
Does she want to come on now?
Yeah. I'm actually surprised, to be honest.
Yes.
Awesome.
Let's see how. I guess you could DM her on Substack a link.
Yeah, I'll send her the link to our this live stream so she can join us as a guest.
Awesome. Oh, that'll be so much fun. Yeah.
And she can tell you the difference between pointillism and stippling.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, what a lovely thing.
I love this. This is going to be so much fun. And now I get to show off my daughter's eyeball artwork to your daughter too, which is going to be super, super cool.
these brilliant daughters. We are rich men. The three of us. We are rich men with our brilliant daughters that make us so proud.
I'm so this makes me so
This
happy.
is cool.
Yeah.
This is better than me pulling out my wallet and and showing everybody all my kids' stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, you got a wonderful
Well, your
crowd here for
phone's
this.
your
Everybody's
wallet now, right?
everybody's just waiting in the chat. I see them. They're like, "Ooh, she's coming. We got her all built up." Has she done shows and stuff where she's got to?
So she, when she graduated from high school, we were still in the middle of COVID. And so she went to junior college for a couple of years, Cape Fear Junior College. And the first year was pretty much online, but by the second year, things had gotten kind of back to normal. And so they have a big art show every year. And just to give you an idea of the scope, she won first place for best drawing and second place for best painting. So,
Nice.
Go figure.
Nice.
And so I sent her a DM in Substack. I let her.
Okay.
There she is. I heard a join.
Uh-oh.
Anyone? Can you guys hear me?
There you are.
Sorry.
I don't know if you have heard any of what has been going on about you, but holy cow, Hallie-Claire, everyone in our chat has been. We're going to save the chat for today, and I'm going to pull some of the quotes from our community on the things that they have said about you and your artwork, and it is so amazing.
Yeah,
you are so talented.
Thank you.
Wow, I want to show your piece of art again.
Yeah,
because you're. I'm gonna also bring you up to the top. I'm gonna bring you over.
Yeah,
put you over Walter and me. I'm gonna demote your dad on this one and bring you to the top here. Because holy cow, can you talk to us a little bit more about this piece and what it means to you and like who you are as an artist? So introduce yourself to our audience, because like I said, you're amazing.
Thank you. My name is Hallie-Claire Weems. I am an artist. I just graduated college in May of last year, so I'm still kind of trying to figure out my footing. But this this piece in particular, I think I made it in the 11th grade. I know it was before COVID. 10th or 11th grade. It's a stippling piece. It took me forever. I am such a big procrastinator when it comes to my art, especially when I make art that requires so much like attention to detail, like this one. But my identity is, I mean, like any other artist, it's very, I guess, important to me. And I really wanted to do something that I guess I could connect with. And I think as a mixed Black girl that spent most of her life in predominantly white educational institutions, I wanted to kind of create something that none of my peers were giving attention to, because shocker, we didn't spend much time talking about civil rights issues in school, or even like slavery, or just anything related to Black culture. And so I didn't feel like I had anything to connect to when I was learning in high school. So I really just wanted to make this piece just, I don't want to say it's a statement, but it's definitely important to me. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fantastic. That's wonderful. That's even better, that story. And all the props to you, because everything, you do. The creative expression is a statement. And just these days, just fighting for the time to create is a statement. And I was telling your dad before, after college, I moved to Peru where I just had time and I was, trying to write, and you were joking. It's like I don't know where I'm trying to sort things out too. That's totally normal. That's acceptable. So just keep going, keep making your art. That's all everybody in the comments has been saying. We just want to see it. We just wanted to throw some flowers at you because we love it, and we're also so proud of Marlon because he's so happy.
What's the difference between pointillism and stippling?
I believe pointillism is with color. I think stippling is just black and white. I believe that is the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you have her other one up that I sent?
Yeah, that's going to be the final one we show. So let me go into our next pieces too, because this is where Hallie, you get to see artwork from our daughters. And so this one was Walter's.
Yeah.
This is a combination of two. Walter, do you want to reintroduce yours
Oh
real quick?
My little girls, I always gave them art supplies every Christmas. I was going to tell a story because when my youngest was like 5, I would sat them down and I had like the circle. I was teaching them how to shade. And of course, like, actually I did with like 5 boxes first. Like, here's shading, girls. Like, this is all you need. This will be hours and hours. And they got, like, my girls are little perfectionists. So they got so mad. They're like, threw the paper away. And like that very first night I showed them the sphere. And finally my eldest came up to me and she's like, here. Like, and she'd done the sphere perfectly. And it was like, after just having a temper tantrum because she couldn't do it. So I always tell them, my only thing I ever want from them is art, and then I'll do things like I'll scan it and I'll use Photoshop and I'll cut the pieces up and I'll make new pictures for them. So it's just kind of a way to have art stay alive and have it keep cycling through because I use it in my featured images. So we were saying, though, it's like I was trying to tell Marlon to do that with your art, but of course he couldn't afford it, is what I was saying. He'd go bankrupt trying to make what your art is worth. So that's the story behind this.
Oh my gosh. The amount of times I have like almost rage quit art. Oh my goch. I can relate to that on a spiritual level.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It's so cute. And then you're like, no, it looks great. No, it's horrible. They throw it away. And it's just, but yeah.
I've had to rescue artwork. From being thrown away.
Flatten it back out. And I mean, I'd always just go to the dollar
comment.
store too and get pens and markers, and just the house is always be full of just art supplies everywhere. And sitting down and making art with your family is just so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to move on to the next one. This one's from my daughter. These are a collection of eyeballs that she has been working on.
Let me tell you, dude.
Hallie, I heard you had a thing for eyeballs. And I'm so glad that you get to see this because my daughter has a thing for eyeballs, but she only draws the left eye and she never draws the right eye. And I'd love for what your thoughts are on eyeballs and drawing them.
Oh, that's great. This like is so, I don't know why this is like healing to see. This is like,
good.
is this like a universal like young artist experience to just fixate on like one? I just love it. I don't know. I used to be, okay. I still kind of am like a obsessive perfectionist. I guess like you just fixate on one thing that you just want to really be good at, I guess. And I feel like around the time that I was really fixating on eyeballs in particular, it was like, I want to say like 2015, 2016. So I was really exposed to like, I don't know, like these Tumblr photos and like makeup. Like I really wanted to make it look pretty. So I was really fixated on that aspect. But these, I don't know, these eyes are kind of like reminiscent of like anime. Like
she's very into anime stuff.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely what I was getting from this. But
yeah,
I love that.
Awesome. Yeah. I will give her that feedback too. She knows I put her artwork up and it makes her so excited to like, I love giving her feedback from folks. And so thank you.
Yeah. And I love that she's like trying to hone this style. Like I love that. Cause when I was a kid, I also had like a very short-lived anime phase where I just would draw anime characters. I didn't watch anime, but it's what I saw on the internet. So
And they're not easy to draw, but they're a great way to start on humanistic drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to
absolutely.
I used to doodle Dragon Ball Z characters when I was growing up because that was a big thing when I was in like elementary and middle school. So we would like trace Dragon Ball. We would get that carbon trace paper and we'd trace Dragon Ball Z characters and then like draw them out and do all sorts of. So it's so fun to see that my daughter does something kind of similar, just way, way better than I ever could.
My daughters, they would watch. Marlon was telling us you were watching a lot of YouTube videos, and we were suggesting you should be making your YouTube videos like those
Oh, you
instructional
should.
ones. But my daughters would watch. I think his name was Myra Elizabeth. They'd sit there and watch that, and they'd try these things. And mine did the same things you did, where they take like dolls they buy at the dollar store and change things up there too. So I just think that's what are your favorite YouTube channels that you were watching? If you want to give them some props
Gosh.
too, if you remember.
Oh,
I
man.
don't. I'm going to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. I can't remember who because there were definitely like a few that I watched like habitually, but I cannot remember the names. I know right now, like being the artist I am right now with the skill level I have, there is one particular YouTube channel that I do really like, which is called Proco.
Okay.
And they kind of have a lot of different kinds of artists on there, and they teach everything from like character design to like fundamentals. It's really, really helpful. Yeah, in terms of making YouTube content, I am definitely trying to do that. I have a few things on my plate with just like setting up my shop and trying to manage my social media and working on commissions. I've got like a lot of things on the back burner, but I definitely want to get into that because when I was like between the ages of like 9 and maybe like 13, I was making YouTube content. It was a little bit cringy, but I had so much fun making it, and I really
And she
want to
was
get
too
back.
young to have her own channel. So guess where all that content went?
Yeah.
I had 2,000 subscribers and I had no idea why.
They're probably like, what is all this politics
well,
stuff?
one day
We're
I'm
here to
getting
talk.
up to go like to work or something, and I got this thing from YouTube saying, "Congratulations, you just hit 100,000 views." And I'm like, on what?
Oh,
And it was this what was it? How to do your doll's
How to
makeup or
redo your doll's makeup.
and I'm telling you, that was 10 years ago, and it's got like I mean, one day I was going to show it to somebody, and when I pulled it up, a commercial came on.
Oh,
and I'm like, Google is monetizing my daughter's shit.
Yeah.
I
You
need
don't
to
ever
figure out
sell
how
any
to
money
get
from that.
I need to monetize that.
Yeah.
And so they run commercials, and I mean, yeah. So
Getting back to and moving to our final piece of art. This one Walter and I had some questions about in good ways, and I wanted to ask where your inspirations came for it. But
yeah, it's beautiful.
This is this is again amazing. Like, can you tell us about it?
Oof. Okay. So this piece came to fruition originally when I was it was my second and last year of community college, and we had to, I think the objective was to make a self-portrait, but like I think we were supposed to place ourselves like as the subject in another, it was supposed to be kind of like a master copy of sorts. But I think it was supposed to be like a stylistic sort of study, but we were supposed to be the subjects of the piece, if that makes sense. And I had chosen this painting, I'm trying to recall the artist's name. I can't remember the top of my head. Cristofano Allori, I believe is the artist's name. and this is the original is Judith with the head of Holofernes, which is a biblical tale. And I was just obsessed with the composition. I just Baroque art is so cool to me, and I really wanted to place myself as the subject, but of all three figures in the painting. And at first, it didn't start out as anything with a super complex story. But so when I originally started it, I think it was 2021, or no, 22. I didn't finish it. And it honestly sat in my room up until my senior year of college. And I had to do a we had to we were tasked with doing a senior exhibit, and I had to come up with something, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish this piece. Like, it's staring me in the face every day. Like, I need to just finish it. And so I decided to kind of make it into a story about identity, because the story of Judith, I'm going to paraphrase because I'm a little foggy on the details, but she sort of reclaims her liberty by slaying Holofernes, who I believe, I think he like had destroyed her village, or like something like that. But it's a statement of a reclamation of liberty and power, and I wanted to sort of capture these I guess multifaceted aspects of my own identity, and I wanted to reflect that in these figures, because each figure in the painting has its own sort of symbolism. And it's simultaneously, to me, sort of a timeline of my evolution as an artist, because the main figure is the first figure that I had finished in 2022. And then I believe the head is the second figure that I had finished. And then the figure in the back is the most recent figure that I had painted. And you can sort of see like this difference in skill level when at least I can, when you really look at the figures. This is definitely one of my favorite paintings that I've ever done. So yeah.
I can tell you that every single person in the
Yeah.
audience is just either smashing the heart or saying
Yeah.
amazing things about your piece of art.
Oh,
This
throw
is
you some
so
love.
This is so beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
like just watching Marlon too,
You
just
had
sitting
to
there,
write
happy
like
dad.
a thesis or something, remember? And I can't even try to word for word, but it was like you described like the meaning of each, what each one represented. And me with my limited artistic knowledge, I'm like, all I know is homegirl on the right is looking at you like, what have you done? What have you done?
Yeah, I mean, the handmaiden, she sort of symbolizes like being witness to this sort of like it's an atrocity seeing someone behead another human being, but it's almost necessary. Like, it's like bearing witness to this change that's happening in front of her.
Yeah.
And honestly, that figure in the back is who I resonate with the most. And I feel like she's sort of looking at, the main figure, who's just so stoic and dominant and staring down the viewer, and is sort of in awe of the actions that she's committing.
Holding a head is a power move for sure. I mean, it's sort of like, that's a statement there.
It's a statement.
So I had to.
I just want to make sure that the head did not represent me. I'm like, okay, so what's the story with the head? I know it looks like you, but
it's good you're thinking that. That's good. That reflects well on you, Marlon, that you're worried about that.
It reminds me, because I had the opportunity this weekend to interact with Kathy Griffin, a longtime comedian. And she was one of the first folks canceled by the MAGA movement, because she did almost this exact representation with the severed head and all of that. She used to do USO tours, and I'm a veteran, and so her support, her active like care and love for the troops and support always stuck out with me and sticks out with me, and this reminded me of that in such a good way. And I'm sitting here with chills about this painting. Like, it's so good.
Thank you.
It's so good. And the things that people are saying here, we have a pro artist illustrator here saying years of art school behind me, and damn, I don't usually get amazed, but this.
Wow. I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Dude.
People are saying we need prints as soon as possible.
Hey, we'll do. Yeah, perfect. I'm on it.
And that's what makes it feel so warrior, like a rebirth of oneself. Things like you brought so much power to this painting. It's so amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, that's really the message with this, is like sort of a rebirth, but also like it's sort of like a split between like identities, because I my identity is something that I've like kind of, I don't want to say struggled with. I use that very mildly, but it's definitely been something I've been trying to figure out as a young woman that's grown up in the situations that she has grown up in this current atmosphere as well. Very.
You need to do just an art show, like a Bob Ross style art show. Just like stream yourself on Substack and stuff, just drawing.
I've been telling you.
People would love it.
We should do a show together.
Yeah.
And
you can talk, Marlon.
I'll ask her dumb art questions. We could just it doesn't have to be complicated.
No, we definitely need to get you onto like a show and just have you doing art and just Bob Rossing it for now. And you would have so many people just watching you create, and it would probably bring them so much joy. Like the joy that this will bring is amazing. Like we were coming up with all kinds of ways. Please keep creating.
Yeah, we were coming up with all kinds of ways to monetize what you're doing. And it's like, because I've been trying to be a writer since I was 18, and I was telling Marlon, I moved to Peru because it was so cheap to live down there. Yeah. And it was just like, you just got to do these things and just kind of keep fighting. I say I earned money to support my writing habit is sort of how I put it. And so I've got a lot of ideas how you can monetize. And we were just like throwing them. And it's like, because there's all these opportunities for you. It's like, we don't want to overwhelm you with that, but we also want you to be compensated so you can continue to create this beautiful work for the world.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm in the same boat right now. I'm currently a server. And the way I'm viewing it is like, okay, this is funding my art endeavors right now, because thankfully
Yes.
I'm in the very privileged situation to not have to pay rent right now. So
Perfect. We're all in
Dad
that.
over there,
No.
like, well, now that you
Every
say
creative.
something,
Every
Okay.
creative is in that same boat, and that is the boat you're going to be in for the rest of your life. I just got it, but we can support each other, and we'll do it. So
Yeah.
feel good about it.
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
and if
everything
you
you
ever
create is a
wanna-
victory.
Something on Substack. I was telling your mom this last night. I said, so what would it be like if she did like a art show on Substack? You know, like a live stream.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
you
We
could stream
figure
it on
out.
Twitch at
But
the
it
same
was,
time,
yeah.
like using a platform. I would be
Nick will
happy to
set you
help
up.
and support and talk to you on ways that you might be able to, if you want. And if you ever want to stream things on the Sick of This Shit Publications platform, I do a lot of culture work, and which is why half our show and this entire show has basically been taken up by art today, and it's I'm
Fine.
okay with
Yeah,
that.
perfect.
Like I'm so fine with that.
Oh,
Instead of
such a
talking
break.
politics, like
We
oh my
needed
God,
this break.
feels so good. And it's not because I don't want to talk about politics, but I want people to have things that they're excited for and
Yeah.
they see a future that they can like subscribe to
Yeah.
in real life. Like I want to be a part of this future where artwork is commonplace and is
Yeah.
what we see and enjoy and get to experience. And if you ever want to use the Sick of This Shit Publications as a platform to spread that artwork onto, where I could
Yeah.
help host you and get you onto YouTube and we can connect your channels too, and I can get you all help get you set up in ways if you need to, so you can broadcast and stream just Bob Ross style. And because Twitch, like platforms like Twitch are long form content, they want people on there for hours and hours on end, just sort of talking and doing something. And art would be such a fun change for what they do on there compared to just watching video games. Like imagine just sitting there with a couple thousand people just watching you on Twitch. Like we don't have a huge Twitch audience yet, but I could see people being like, oh my God, I love just sitting here just watching this. It's like I want to add music and I want to add art and like creation processes where people can just sit down and listen to long form media like that, because the attention span in America is not short. We're purposely being told that we have to do things in 7 seconds, but people want long form content, or else 350 people wouldn't be listening to us right now. Like
there it is.
And I have some suggestions. I have some suggestions for decapitated heads.
We've got thoughts, and I would be willing to offer them. But if you don't want any of them, that's also fine too. It's not offensive to me if people say no. But if you want them, they're there. Because I think you should have a future, whatever it's going to be, and you have an amazing future to do it.
No, I greatly appreciate that. It is. I was talking to my dad about this like yesterday. Actually, it's so easy to get kind of stuck as a creative, and it feels like there are so many avenues to promote yourself, yet it's like not sufficient enough in some ways, because I wrote something about this on Substack, kind of briefly going into this, but like on social media in particular, it's difficult because social media, it can be a very useful tool, but like platforms like Instagram and TikTok, they're not reflective of real life, and I feel like it is so easy to kind of get caught in this headspace of like, oh, like this went viral, so obviously this art is more important than this art. And that's just such a toxic state of mind to be in, and it's hard to keep at social media when, you know, the ratio is so inconsistent. But that's why I'm saying I genuinely appreciate when people really want to kind of boost creatives in this way. It feels more genuine.
We have
Like
a
that.
we have a friend in the chat too, under the account name the Misfits Muse.
I was just looking at that.
That's two of our friends, actually, Neurodivergent Hodgepodge and Jason Odell, who is a photographer and leads like trips and
nice.
stuff around the world. And they would love to have you on too. They platform and promote artists and creatives, and it sounds like they're a new publication together, but both of them are amazing people, and I think they would love to have you on. Is what it sounds like.
And
you have so many people.
Saying.
You just waking up this morning because your dad decided to jump on with us. She's like,
I'm back to that financial stuff. Did we lose her?
Went black.
We lost her video for a second. She may have. I hope you're still there.
I still
Hallie.
see the name. Can you still hear us? No.
We lost her for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Hallie, we lost you.
I like how that works. Hey. There she is. She's back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I wanted to say something because what you were saying about social media too. Well, what you're saying about social media is so important to recognize because all those algorithms, they promote stuff that is not what people want to see. And so what you were saying before, like the stuff that goes viral, a lot of the time, she disappeared again.
Oh, we lost her. She couldn't hear us for a second.
Oh, okay.
I think she'll be back, hopefully.
Well, I wanted to give that encouragement because everybody in the writing world, the writers are it's always imposter syndrome, and they just don't understand that the game is rigged. So keep at it. They deliberately try to suppress good content a lot of the times. And that's the important thing, to keep people going. The good ones got to keep going.
There she is.
Guys,
she's back.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, that's
we got to drop. Marlon's got to drop, doesn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, I got to drop off.
Okay.
But,
we didn't get to any of the notes.
That's
but Marlon,
fine. No, that's okay. We can do it again.
That's okay. Marlon, before you go, though, promote yourself. Shamelessly promote yourself. And Hallie, if you have a couple more minutes, we'd love to just hang out and talk
folks,
for
follow me on Notes. I'm on there on and off all day long. I actually got to run to in a few minutes, a live stream that I'm going to do with Ahmed Baba, who is a good friend and just an excellent guy. So so I'll get my chance to talk about all the shit that's pissing us off.
Good. So, get it out.
You guys can, carry on and talk about art and get my kids some work.
Oh, Marlon, thank you so much. I was so happy to see how proud you were.
Thank you.
The proud dad makes me happy.
It makes us so happy. Thanks, Marlon, so much. And everyone, please, 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 if you're on Substack, hit the subscribe button in the top corner so you can subscribe to all of us. If you're on any of the other platforms, snap that QR code. And
put Hallie on top. I don't like being on top.
Marlon. Oh, don't worry. We're going to be switching over. We're going to get Hallie up top here.
But Hallie, I just wanted to say too, like the whole gatekeeper thing as a writer, I'm old enough now to know it's like I've been good at writing for a long time, and the gatekeepers deliberately suppress certain content. Oligarchs own the media, they own politics, they own everything. And so much of just being a creative in this horrible dystopian world is finding people that support you, but just having the courage and finding the ways to carry on. I say imposter syndrome itself is like a tool of white supremacy to keep us from saying the things that need to be said. So keep creating your art, is what I say. Do it.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much.
I didn't get to hear it till I was 50 and I had to say it to myself. So that will save you some pain in the world because it's just not fair. And all you have to do is look at your work and see how much better it is than so much of what else is out there that's shoved into our face all the time. So yeah.
I want to say thank you. Like, thank you for creating and just letting yourself continue to create. I've got a son and a daughter. My daughter's 12, almost 13, and she's been drawing since she was little, and it's amazing to see the joy she gets out of it. And I can see that same joy as you were talking about it and in talking about your own art and what it meant to you. I could see that same joy in you. And I think that's one of the things that's missing right now in a lot of ways. And
And people long for it. People
People
want
are
that
looking
human
for it, and
connection.
thank
They
you for
want it.
bringing it and
Yes.
being excited about your own joy and letting yourself feel happy for
We'll
the things
fortify
you
you.
create.
Yes. Validation. We want to validate each other. That's what
Yeah,
creative
validate
Yeah, no,
and
I'm
validate
feeling
yourself.
it.
You're awesome.
Good.
Like
Yes.
we've never
yes.
met, but you're awesome. Like this has been
Oh,
such a different
delight.
morning than I was expecting,
Yeah.
and such a
Oh,
delight.
I feel the energy.
So thank you. Thank you for coming and asking if you could come on with us. We're so glad. And like I said, I'd love to find a way to support you and promote your work and get it out there and offer space so that you can show off what you have and your creativity and what people can learn from it and gain from it. So if you ever want, I'll reach out. I'm in contact with your dad, but we can reach out on Substack too and get connected, and I can help. I'm here to help and promote those around me, because holy shit,
Yeah.
like what a great way to start the day.
Yeah. And there's a
Well,
community that
I'm
wants to know more. Go ahead.
no, glad to be of service. Yeah. And it's so awesome seeing and hearing about you guys' daughters, and just the fact that kids can create just with no bounds.
Oh,
It's really awesome, because I know a lot of people my age, like my partner, um always talks about how they just have lost that spark, and just desire to create.
yeah.
And I feel like I'm very lucky to have to just always I'm never bored. Like I always can just like create something, draw something. I've never been like, I don't know what to do today. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it makes me happy because I'm just like seeing these like stages that I went through, and like I didn't know that like this was a thing, that like I didn't know that the eye drawings was like a universal experience, and like the
I got one of my
Okay,
daughters.
I have an
photos,
odd.
so I guess I can't see it. It's one of my. I can't do it with my background. So I'll show you later. But she's got. It was a notebook filled with all kinds of like sketches and things, and just
yeah.
from
Did
years. She
you
just sits there doing it.
did you ever go through a phase where you drew that weird S that was almost like an infinity?
Yes.
Did anyone ever teach you that, or did it just happen?
I don't know. I feel
Oh,
like
there it is.
is it like
There's the-
ingrained in the
there's the
coding of
fairy.
like our brains or something? Because like
I don't know.
Somebody
I-
probably you see it though. You see it, and I think sometimes you see things without consciously being aware of it, and you pick up
Yeah.
patterns, and they just linger in your head. And yeah, but I mean, a lot of it, those YouTube channels have been great, because my kids sit and watch those too, and just like, and I use them for tiling the bathroom, so it's, but even there it's useful, but kids are sitting there making things. So that is one of the positive things about the internet. I mean, we run it down, but it is when human beings can actually share, then it always is something good.
So, and we have a question from the audience too. I'll go back to the artwork here real quick. Does this piece have a name?
Yes. I named it by my own hand.
Ah,
I feel like that has a multifaceted meaning in and of itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Like it's literally by my own hand. The slaying is technically by my own hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just resonated with me. So yeah.
I
That's
like the
amazing.
sense of inevitability on the observer too, and just like we
I
knew
just
this was
love
going
this
to
piece.
happen, I like it.
And so, what about your first one? Does this one have a name?
I think that one is just called From Selma to Montgomery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the backstory of this being on display. Was it then on display at your high school, I assume, or no?
No.
No, not even for like an art show. You just brought it in for a project?
Yeah, no, I guess being the overachiever I am, I think we all had to do a or actually no, I think at this point I was in the advanced class, so we were all kind of just creating our own projects. And I had done, actually, I don't know if my dad had showed you this piece, but I had done the first tippling piece I did was of Angela Davis.
Oh.
And I weirdly like stippling. I feel like I'm masochistic that way. But I really wanted to do another stippling piece, so I chose this photo. It's based off of a photo that I had found. So yeah.
And then there's a little brushwork at the bottom, or is that all stippling too?
Yeah, no, that's dripping. I just dripped some India ink down and just let it do its thing.
Someone commented earlier that it almost it had like a blood feel to it too, in the dripping, and maybe some of the symbolism behind that. I just think it's amazing how much meaning you can find in art, even unintentional. And like, this has been such a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
This has been the best way to start the day, is just going through these pieces of art. Like, I'm so glad your dad joined us this morning, and I'm so glad you joined us too, and we're able to talk about all of this and all of your art. And we didn't get to any of our notes that we would normally be talking about, which is totally fine. I'm going to include them in the post show notes, folks, so don't worry. You'll get the notes we wanted to talk about. We talked about a lot of the stuff in various ways, but this is also, your dad's name's going to pop up here for a second, or his, but this is where I like to promote and allow and let others unabashedly promote themselves and where they can be found. And I have a QR code for your Substack here. So I'd love for you to promote yourself and what we already know some of what you do, but tell the audience how they can find you and support you.
Yeah. So I mostly post on my Instagram. It's going to be Hallie-Claire.art. I am trying desperately to post more on Substack. I really want to post more on Substack. I post sometimes on my threads, which is in my Instagram bio. My website is also Hallie-Claire.art, which is, you can find, I have kind of a portfolio on there, and I am setting up my shop as we speak. Yeah, that's about all my social media right now. I am working on YouTube, but yeah.
Awesome. They're sharing it in the chat.
Awesome.
Too,
Yeah,
so
we're making sure that'll go into our post show notes also.
Awesome.
Is your Instagram, so that people can find you. I just followed you on Instagram through my Sick of This Shit pub. You'll probably get a follow from Banner and Backbone Media. So everyone, please go follow her. Like, this was so fun. Like, God, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
Like, what a great way to start the day. Thank you. You're awesome.
I love talking about art. I could talk about it forever. Oh my gosh.
Good. I'm inviting you to talk about it forever.
Yes.
Like, if you want to just talk about art for nonstop and be the next Bob Ross style person, ma'am, you got space. You got space. You're invited. Like, there's a hunger for this type of thing, I think, and where it's just boiling beneath the surface of like, we need to create, and we just need to express ourselves so much more and be so much more human.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, you can offer that. I support you so much, and I just met you. Support you so much already now.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm so down to just talk.
Awesome.
I can talk.
Good. And for anyone in the audience who missed today's episode, please rewatch or make sure you get, it's an hour and a half of us talking about artwork and maybe 20 minutes of us talking about politics.
We're just we're done. We're done with politics. We're just going to paint now.
This entire day was about celebrating the joy and love and creativity of our
Yeah.
children. And we got the fantastic experience of meeting one of those children
Yeah.
who's an adult who can come on to our podcast safely and express
Yeah.
herself and talk to us about her artwork. And holy shit, thank you.
Yeah.
Again,
Thank you. Thank you.
this is amazing.
Well,
I
and
can't
it's-
wait to have the rest of the day.
Well, yeah, and we've been doing this. We've been bringing in our art just for like a sense of normalcy. You know, our kids did this and stuff that we did, and we bring it in. And everybody needs to know we're the focus of economic terrorism. You know, that's what's going on right now. They put us against the wall. So all we have time to do is to serve the needs of the oligarchs and the billionaires. We never have time to think and reflect and create. And we're born to think and create and create and reflect. And it's sort of like, just do it, you know, and all that pressure that makes us think, oh, we should be doing something else is the thing that's been implanted against our will. And we need to validate each other and support each other and remind each other we deserve. And it's like, whether it looks like, you know, my little thing like that, or I make my little sketch, or whether it looks like, you know, your Rembrandt era, you know, painting that's just so beautiful. It's all valid, and just do it. You know, it's all who you are. And there's times when you just want to look at something. Oh, there's a simple watercolor. I just want to see colors that were made by a human being, you know, just constant work, not constant worry, creation and sharing and support. And so that's what we need to move into. We need more of that. So thanks so much for being here. That was just wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know if she froze on us.
Oh
but
no,
at
we
least,
froze. I hope
at least she froze in a good pose
Oh,
because that sometimes happens.
Can you still hear us? She moved a little bit. Oh,
We lost her, I think. Walter, while we're hopefully might be able to get Hallie back. If not, please again subscribe to Hallie-Claire. Her work is so amazing, and I cannot wait to continue building this new friendship with her and like helping her how I can. Like, shit.
Yeah, she's back.
Sorry,
Yes.
guys.
She's
Every
back.
time I get a call on my phone, it
Oh,
just,
that's
like,
why.
Oh, yeah.
We blame the tech bros. The tech bros that got us. They got it.
Yeah,
They don't
I'm
like
sorry.
us.
This is like very impromptu. Otherwise, I would have set up my computer. But
Oh, it's fine.
Oh no, we'll definitely make sure that we get you on here soon. We'll reach out again because this is I could just talk art. I was a classical music theory and composition major in college the first time around. So when you talked about Baroque, I almost blurted out, well, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
Yeah.
oh god.
But if it is Baroque, don't fix it either, because Baroque
no.
stuff is fun. Baroque music
wow.
is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's another level. I can't even. I can't even.
Can't even get in it. All
I
right,
can't.
Walter, promote yourself, my friend,
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
great. Jump on to I'd Rather Be Writing. Always good, fun stuff. There's another one. My little drawings, which they're designed to make me laugh. Yeah, my little Pegasus, my flying horse picture. But yeah, it's like I do that as a break from when I'm writing, you know, and I don't know what other things you do, like the different creative muscles. Like I get so worn out, and I'm just like, it's such a relief for me to sit down with my little watercolors and I just like to wait to watch how the water moves, you know, and it's like you can't quite control it. You can come pretty close. And I find that maybe you've got a different perspective as me because you got another level of talent. But I'm just like, you know, just the water kind of wants to go here. Let's kind of accept that that's what it wants to do. And it's sort of like it's a participant in this creation, which I kind of like. So good. She's nodding her head, so I'm not way off track there. But I always encourage people, and I like putting out my stuff just to encourage other people to bring it on. And you'll always find, you know, a receptive home to celebrate people's artwork here. I just want to see human creation. I want to see human, and there's so much that's expressed in every little line, what people choose to write about. And again, we're in that era of suppression where people don't even know what is being suppressed from them. They don't even know what they're being prevented from saying. And so like the more you just open up and start sharing, you might start saying things you don't even realize you need to say. And you'll find other people who understand it, and then they can provide you with direction, because we're so compartmentalized these days. And part of that is because we no longer, they turn to AI. Oh, we didn't even get a time to talk. As I said, I bet you've got things to say about AI, but it's like people are you know, you're watching AI and you're like, God. And it's like, that
We're going to do
prevents
a
us
whole
from
show
sharing.
on AI art.
And that prevents us from sharing these calls we make. Sometimes you'll draw something and it's a call for help, and you put it out into the world, and the one person that can read that call for help is the one who will find you. And that's what we need to do. So that's why we need to elevate the importance of this art and keep supporting each other. And all the wonderful people in the comments, you guys have supported us throughout this hard couple of years. So I appreciate all you. And I got to get your name right. Is it Hallie or Haley?
Hallie.
Hallie. Okay.
Yes.
Hallie-Claire, thank you so much for being here and just for being you and all the things that you've given us today. And I'm looking forward to seeing more in the future. Never stop creating. That goes to everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and platforming me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And Walter, before I switch off of your QR code here real quick, is from Laura in the comments. Walter, beautiful man. I could listen to your empathetic wisdom all day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because you have it. You were toxically empathetic, as the right wing would say.
Instigate kindness. That's my
Yes.
motto.
And then come support me here at Sick of This Shit Publications, because we're sick of this shit and we're doing it and we're creating and we're adding creativity. We're rebuilding joy. We're discussing community and disability issues. We're having Walter dance. We're doing masculinity discussions. We're featuring beautiful artwork and amazing creators. And gosh, this was so fun. And so help me continue to build this and continue to grow, become a paid or free subscriber on Sick of This Shit Publications. Paid really do help. Love Walter's dancing. And we are going to make America creative again and not kind. We're going to make us creative. We don't have to always be kind.
Too. We can
Kind can be a thing. But I want to first make us creative, because then we can get to all the other things. And Hallie, again, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hallie-Claire, for being with us. This has been a wonderful, wonderful way to start the day. And as
brilliance. In the presence of brilliance.
Yes.
I love it.
And as I always say at the end of my shows, and again, we'll be back next week, everyone, at 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Pacific, as we always are for our 2 hours. Please come join us. Spread this episode, because the art was the highlight in the feature. And like I always say, we're sick of this. We're done being sick of this shit. And now we're doing this shit. Have a great day, y'all. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks, Hallie. Thanks, Walter.
Thank you.